Biafran leader should be released like that the violation of the Igbo tribe's human rights needs resolution.
And the hatred that led to the Holocaust, of which the Honourable Lady spoke. I'll give way.
I thank the Honourable Member for giving way. On International Human Rights Day, would you agree with me that the violation of the Igbo tribe's human rights needs resolution and the Biafran leader should be released like my honourable friend for Camberwell and Beckham has recently made representation to?
The Honourable Member clearly speaks with extremely great knowledge about these issues, and I'm sure she'll be raising them with the Foreign Secretary.
Oh, hold on, please do me a little favor by clicking the subscribe button. That's the only way you can encourage and support us to do more. Please click the subscribe button right now. Share to everyone what is about to come. There is joy right now. I think they said that it's not going to be possible and Donald Trump will not say anything. Now Donald Trump has finally speak up on how he's going to tackle about the issue of marginality. And I want you to pay serious attention and watch the other video from the starting to the ending. The case that have been moving, the motion that US have been moving in respect to marginality. Pay serious attention, watch this video from the starting to the end, and please do me that little favor by clicking the subscribe button, like, share, drop your opinion at the comment section. Listen to what he have to say right now.
Freedom is not a gift from government. Freedom is a gift from God.
You want freedom with no responsibility. Son, there's only one person on earth who gets that, yeah.
The president.
A baby. You're fighting for your right to be a baby.
Do you know that popular saying in Igbo that nwata choba nke obula jonwa? Yes. When a child begins to look for what is his, he will become a bad boy or a bad child. That is exactly how freedom is. There's no place in the world that freedom is gotten on a platter of gold. Please subscribe and turn on your notification button so you get notified anytime I drop a video. All right? So please watch it.
Donald Trump is a man of God. When I say a man of God, not that he's a priest, but he's a man who fears God. He's a man who knows that God is existing. He's a man who knows that God is the giver of all things. Now, he said that freedom is not given by governments, which means your fellow man cannot give you freedom. And it's only God the Creator has the absolute power or right to give freedom. Now, let us take a look on what Donald Trump said. Freedom came from God. Let us take a look or example from the Bible. Remember in Exodus chapter 3, when God called Moses through the burning fire, burning bush, he told Moses, I have heard the crying of my people in the land of Egypt and the oppressor because of the reason of their taskmasters. And now I have come down to deliver them, to set them free. In Exodus chapter 3. Physically, for you to see him with a physical eye, you will come through human being. Use human being as a tool to give you that freedom. As he used Moses as a tool to give that freedom. You can watch what Donald Trump said, that government cannot give you freedom. The freedom of Israel from the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage, to be a nation of their own, is it given by Pharaoh or Egyptians? No. Pharaoh and his army, Pharaoh and his government resist the freedom of Israel. But through God, out the straight hand of God, by the power he demonstrated in Moses, Israel was set free. That is why whenever anything happened in Israel, that time Moses will go and seek the face of God and say, God, direct me, what will I do? God, direct me, show me what will I do? This is where Donald Trump relied his word.
And that is the secret of freedom. He just gave the almighty formula of freedom.
Freedom. He just gave you the absolute formula of freedom. Hope in God, depend in God, cry on God, and let God lead you. This is why Biafra is getting success now. Because Biafra is God's plan. And the Nigerian government cannot give Biafra freedom. If Nigerian government will give Biafra freedom, Nnamdi Kanu could not have been where he is now. DOS, Igbo politicians in Nigerian government, Ohanes and Igbo, even traditional rulers in Igbo land, would not have betrayed Nnamdi Kanu, would not have betrayed Biafrans, would not have been seeking the head of Simon Ekpa to cut it off. Nigerian government could not have been pressuring Finland to forsake Simon Ekpa. They could not have been written letter now to Donald Trump not to recognize Biafra because government cannot give freedom. Nigerian government cannot give Biafra freedom. This is why Biafrans always say, Chukwu Okike Abiyama. That's what Biafrans always say, Chinke Jacob, Chinke Abraham, Chinke Isaac, Chinke Jacob, Chinke Gad, Chinke Henry, Chukwu Okike Abiyama Binigwe, ya prime ihe niile, aka Chukwu dị na ya, according to Adadiorama of Biafra government in exile. He said, aka Chukwu dị na ya. This is what Biafra are able to make achievement. And Donald Trump is telling Biafras indirectly, don't depend that Nigeria will allow you to go free like that. You have to call upon your God, enter fasting and prayer, seek whatever you want to do from God, and God will see you through. Because Donald Trump will not take this current election he won, how they try to assassinate him.
How all the powers and the demons in United States was let loose
against him. But still, God will see him through. This is what is God is a giver of every good things. God is a giver of freedom. The man know what he's saying. I think they say that it's uncontrollable. A man who fears God is a controllable man. A man who fears God can listen to the masses because of the fear of God in him. You understand? So it's time to tell Biafrans to pick him up in spiritual, moving on physical aspect of it, or to move in spiritual aspect of it, seeking the face of Biafra, seeking the face of God. And I thank God, we Biafrans, we are God-fearing people. We are people who hope in God. We are Christians. I think 70% or 60% of Biafrans are Christians. Then 25% are Judaism. Then 5% are traditionals. We hope in God. We depend in God. And God is fighting for God for battle for us. If Hadibir is not the hand of God, Nnamdi Kanu could have been dead now. DOS could have frustrated Simon Ekpa and take victory. And still continue to remain in bondage in Nigeria. So Donald Trump have given very good counsel to anybody who will rise up tomorrow to say, I am struggling for freedom. Let that struggle be approved by God. Let that struggle of independence or freedom be approved by God.
Can you confidently say that the Biafran struggle now, led by Mazis Simon Ekpa, is approved by God?
It's approved by God. If not so, Simon Ekpa could have been where Nnamdi Kanu is. If not so, Simon Ekpa could have been discouraged. And without the people like Simon Ekpa and the Biafra independent Biafra Republic government in exile, Nnamdi Kanu case could have been ended. They could have killed Nnamdi Kanu because this is the only force physically God used to keep Nnamdi Kanu alive. This is the only force physically God is still using to make Biafra to re-established.
I think the position of the president-elect, Mr. Trump, of course, aligns with the position of the United Nations, that freedom is an inalienable right, given by God, a natural entitlement that cannot be denied to any people. It's not just about the government, whether they want to let you go, just as you cited the Pharaoh and the Egypt. Yes. They will never let anyone seeking for his independence or that of his people to go. So now what is left for Biafra?
What is left for Biafra?
Because there are challenges to confront. How prepared is Simon Ekpa? Because he said it's given by God, and men have to march on the wall of Jericho.
You see, the last hurdle is what we are about to jump now. Not only Simon Ekpa, every Biafrans, every true lovers of Biafra, we are in the last hurdle to jump and to take the. Not only Simon Ekpa, every Biafrans, Every true lovers of Biafra, we are in the last hurdle to jump and to take the crown of victory, to take the prize of victory. And that last hurdle we have now to jump. And I'm praying, as Donald Trump have said, and the United Nations have said, that it's illegitimate right that nobody can deny. Nobody can deny us. We should hope in God and pray unto God Almighty, the creator of heaven and earth.
Would it be the beginning of the troubles, you know? What you said that is the end of the trouble, because Simon Ekpa said that is the beginning, of course, of defending the Biafrans' restored sovereignty.
Yes, that's the beginning of defending Biafra.
Which is more trouble for Simon Ekpa and Biafrans?
I'm coming. That's the beginning of the defense of Biafra. And now is the pain to get Biafra. Now is the last hurdle. The pain. What we are expecting, the last hurdle to get Biafra. And when you get Biafra, that's the beginning of keeping Biafra. Now, with you what I say so, a pregnant woman that has pregnancy for a good 9 months, 2 weeks or 1 week to deliver, will pass through hell, through pains. For that very moment she will deliver, she will be in very agony, almost being in the form of NDE, near-death experience. After that is delivered, there will be peace and calm and happiness to that woman that have delivered successfully. But that time was the beginning. Was the beginning
of the gestation period, as people might say.
People might say that time you start nursing the baby, keeping the baby, breastfeeding baby. That time baby have nothing to do. It cannot talk than to protest. And that protest is crying. Nga, nga, nga. What is this baby crying? They start gazing. What makes the baby to cry? You start thinking, because that baby cannot explain. Until that baby starts sitting down, until that baby starts crying, until that baby started standing up and try to make a move of walking. That baby is intensive care in your hand. You'll be taking day and night. How will you do this baby to survive?
So you are saying that Rome is not built in a day. Why people are expecting that, of course, if Biafra come, it will become an Eldorado just overnight?
No. Simon Ekpa and his government and lazy and have to come back home and work hard. It's the being to defend Biafra.
The rumbles, and we are always here to discuss the political rumbles and analyzing.
And that political rumble, if there's a political rumble between Nigeria and between Biafra and Nigeria, it will not be a royal rumble of WWE. It cannot be that fun. But it will be a political rumble of I will rumble you, I will scratch your body, blood will come, you scratch my own, blood will come, I will do Biakanono, you don't make any.
Please, let us not start this because this is Wave TV. We are not supporting any Duakanono or rumbles. We don't want to see blood, we want to see dollar and pounds.
I'm telling you, this is life, this is human being. You may deny the truth, but the truth will be there. You may deny the truth. So, and if you come to that way, this is the time another test will come to Simon Ekpa and the Biafran government in Nigeria. Another test will come. And that time, we will know the position of Nnamdi Kanu. Whether government of Nigeria still have power to retain Nnamdi Kanu or to play him as they play him now. You understand? So as Simon Ekpa said, it will be the beginning of so many things in Biafra, whether good or bad. But all I know, Biafra will succeed.
I'm telling you, the dimension that we are entering from now is that every personnel of the Biafra Defense Force must understand that going forward, we must not have mercy on Nigeria terrorist state, nor on the enemies in our land. No mercy. As we continue to defend our land against terrorist state of Nigeria and their foot soldiers, our happiness must always be at the tip of our sword, at the tip of our mara, at the tip of our guns. That's where our happiness should lie. As we continue to defend our land against Nigeria terrorism Our heart will always know no pity. This message today is directly to any person that is involved in our security in the homeland. There will be no pity against anything in Nigeria within Biafra land. Our heart must know no pity. I want you to understand that our cry of war will be given for our country, Biafra, which is now finally caught in the Nigeria and British chain of slavery, decade of slavery. Our defiance will not be passed until the Biafra people and the Biafra nation are free. My fellow Biafrans, when the rest of the indigenous people in Nigeria or other ethnic group, as you may call them.
Alright guys, welcome to my channel guys. So just like you've heard in the video that I just played, this to tell you that freedom is being decided by another man like you. Alright, if freedom is given by God, it will have to come through man. And what happens if that man is a stronger man than you? And then God is pressing it in his heart to free you, and the man decides not to free you. What happens when you don't have enough muscles, when you don't have enough evidence to free yourself? What would you do? That is exactly what is happening to Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, just as you have heard in that particular conversation. All right, so we have another video update also that it's very interesting, but I'd like you guys to watch this video and I'll be right back.
This is quite shocking as Benin Republic shut their borders with Nigeria along Kwara State as Mahmoud, the new terror group, unleashed mayhem. It's been reported that allegedly helicopters are dropping weapons, a looming possible war, or what? Your take on this?
Yeah, that is for you to know that they are countries that mean well for their citizens, country who take the lives of their citizens serious, not like what we are saying now, moving from one region to another. By my people in a place where I come from the middle belt, numbers of people are dying in Benue, number of people are dying in Plateau, but it looks as if the government are not doing anything about it. Look at the scenario yesterday whereby President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can go to Anambra, they will be dancing and all that, but people are dying in Benue. The same man have not gone to Benue to go and talk about this killing. He has not gone to Plateau State to go and talk about killing. But if you hear where somebody is camping for a state, all of them will pack themselves to go there. So what am I saying in essence that the Benin, that close their border, they mean well for their people. Single soul that died is a very important thing for them. Not like what we are seeing in Nigeria of the economics alone. It's because of the insecurity, because no matter how much you have, for instance, you enter into a kidnapper, they kidnap and they are calling 100 million. Why will you see the 100 million? Even if you have the money to pay, there are some people who pay 100 million, they still kill them. So many people are looking every other means to leave the country. So it's a kudos to them, and we are expecting that Nigeria will to do the need to protect their people. And that's why we are saying that this democracy that we collected from the Western world, the United States, we copy from the United States, is as if it's a scam to us. Because you can see right now, the three states, in the three countries in Africa that have gone under military, now you can see the development. You see, like Ibrahim Traore now, what he's doing in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso right now, citizens now are jubilating, are worshiping him as if he's a god. Why? Because he put the people interest. He put the people interest, not like what we see in Nigeria, where our leaders, they put their interests before them. Part of the reason why you see that many Biafra now, they are ready to worship Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they feel that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu consider them first before his time. And that's how it's supposed to be. Unlike what we see in Nigerian politicians, they put their interest, they put the interest of their grandchildren, they put the interest of the children they have not yet born, they put their interest in the sake of people. If not, how will you tell me that a woman will pack 100 cars in his compound and people are suffering, people cannot eat? How do you justify it to me? It's to you to show that these people, they are heartless. These people, they don't mean well. How did you justify that people, a whole state, they agree and they voted for a governor, they voted for you as a government. Suddenly you wake up with your godfather, you decided to move to other party. You move from your BDP, you collapse out the structure and you move to APC. What about the people? Did you carry the people along? That's to tell you about the selfishness in Nigerian politicians. And that's why you can see that this country is not going well. And then as I round up with this is that you could see the reason why Nigeria, we are where we are, is because of neglecting the Igbos. A lot of people know me that I advocate for Igbo. I'm not an Igbo. I am from the Middle Belt. But the injustice that's been done to Igbos in Nigeria is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for. They relegate Igbos as if Igbo are not. Don't forget that we have Wazobia in Nigeria. We have the Hausa, the Yoruba, and the Igbo. Why is it that they keep rotating between the Hausa and the Yoruba? What about the Igbo? One will say after our passenger become the president for democracy, then he give it to Yar'Adua to the north. Yar'Adua, the head could not allow him to enter finish it. They return the power to Buhari. After Buhari, why expect that the Igbo man supposed to be the president of Nigeria? Why is it that one man come and said it's a miracle that it is not to rule Nigeria and he has grabbed the power? I ran away with it. Why is he doing with it? And you say Igbos don't agitate that they should leave. Igbos, look at the marginalization they did to Igbo, pushing them one side. As big as Igbo is, there's no support in Igbo, and they are the one that is supporting it to Nigeria. Why is there no international airport in Igbo land? The only one in Enugu State, is it functioning? Any Igbo man want to travel, want to come to Lagos State or go to Abuja State. So that's why we are saying that the injustice they have been done to Nigeria is as a result of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing. Don't forget that if Nigerian politicians are doing well, many Nigerians will be happy. But to speak now, the fact is the case that our politicians, they don't consider the masses, they consider themselves.
Unfortunately, before you leave, the DSS boss said communities should mobilize themselves and protect themselves against these terrorists. But it seems Nigerians are docile while the terrorists are expanding and waxing strong like wildfire, wreaking havoc across communities and different regions of the country. What is the fate of the indigenous Nigerian population?
The statement from the Ajayi, the DSS board, have shown that Nigeria is a failed state. Because situation whereby you are not telling the citizens to stand up and defend themselves, citizens who pay their tax, they should stand up and defend. That means Nigeria has failed. They have failed. Every country primary responsibility is to protect the citizens. Because protection first. If you do road, if the economy is booming and life is not protected, who will enjoy the economy? Who will enjoy the road? So for a man at that magnitude to be telling Nigeria to stand up to defend itself, he has already acknowledged that the government has failed, that Nigeria is a failed state. And with this alone, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not supposed to be under the custody of the DSS. Because of the failed state of Nigeria, that's what makes Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stand up and organize the DSS. We have saw the evidence they brought for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he informed ESM, he broadcast this thing, and all that. But what causes it? Is as because of Nigeria has failed as a nation. It can no longer. And that's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stood up and he organized all those things to make sure he protect his people by all costs, to protect the Igbos. Since the governor of the Igbos have failed to do the needful because of their selfish interest to protect their people, they now believe in Fulani more than the Igbos. So that's why he stand up. So for me, the very day the man make that statement, the federal government should have done the needful and allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go home because Nigeria is a failed state.
Thank you. It's a pleasure having you.